Okay, so I had to choose a medical oncologist, and you know, this was a big decision to make, and I was finding that most of the people within my inner circle were telling me that this was another decision that I had to make on my own, and so I did a little research and I interviewed a few different places, and I came up with the Piper Cancer Care Center's Dr. Dillon, and I did that for a couple of reasons. One, because I had spoken with a couple of his patients, and they love him. I mean, there was no like he was okay. I mean, these people like really love this doctor, and I wanted that same kind of relationship with my oncologist that they had. And the other reason was because of the support team that the Cancer Care Center had. Phew. And I'm telling you, like walking into a place that said a Cancer Care Center was tough. Was tough the first couple times to see that on the wall. Reality slap, you know. Um, but I was very happy. The first appointment that I had, I went with Sherry, and she was so impressed with Dr. Dillon that I think she offered him a seat on the board of ICANN, which is pretty big, you know. To impress Sherry, she doesn't get impressed that easily, and she was just floored by this guy, by this doctor, and as well as I was, and I continue to have all of the confidence in the world that there's a cure out there, that he's got the formula for it, and that when I'm done with my chemotherapy, that's it. I will be cured from this cancer. So let's start by telling you what kind of cancer it is that I have, because it seemed to have changed a lot since the very first diagnosis that I had. So I have invasive lobular carcinoma with HER2 positive. It's that HER2 positive that's the difference here. All right, so 10 years ago, if you were diagnosed with HER2 positive cancer, there was no treatment, there was no cure, it was a death sentence. But today there's a cure. So that's what I'm shooting for. My light at the end of the tunnel is that I will never have this type of cancer ever again. And if I can have anything to do with it, I'll never have any kind of cancer again. But one step at a time. So they're about to start me on chemotherapy, but before that they want to have me checked for any other kind of illnesses that I might have, any other cancers that I might have. And so Dr. Dillon sent me into the hospital for one day of tests. This was, without a doubt, the scariest day I think I've ever spent in my life. The scariest. Because all of my bad behavior up until this point in my life was going to show right now, right there. And there was nothing I could do to cover it up, mask it, or anything. It is what it is, and that's what it is. And thank God, I have been pretty damn lucky up to this point. Because there were 3 things that were outstanding in my tests, but outstanding but unremarkable, which is a medical term, believe it or not, unremarkable, meaning that they're really not that important as the spectrum is right now. What were they? They were my liver showed some fatty tissue, but they're saying that fatty tissue has nothing to do with okay, the kidney, the liver, and the lungs. Those were the 3. Okay, the lungs showed no pleuritic no pleuritic fluid, which is good, because that's like, pleurisy is the first stage lung disease. So no cancer, no lung disease. Then was my kidney. And the kidney showed no signs of whatever the disease is, hepatitis, no hepatic, nothing hepatic about it, no, nothing like that. And then the third was my liver, and my liver showed, it did show a mass on it, a tumor or something, whatever, but they said that it was not, like liver disease. It wasn't, cirrhosis. It wasn't cirrhosis. But that didn't surprise me because I don't drink, right? Alright, so those are the three things. The lung, the liver, the kidney. All three of them unremarkable. We begin chemotherapy. Week 1. So there's 6 weeks, or there's 6 treatments once every 3 weeks. So my first week was 7.5 hours in the infusion chair. That means 7.5 hours of them dumping that poison inside me. And I have to tell you, man, that was tough. It was really tough. And about the only thing that made it bearable was that shot they gave me in the beginning. It was Benadryl. That's what it was. It was Benadryl. And man, it like made me sleep mostly all of those 7 hours. And when I was done, they sent me home with this thing on my belly, this little square little box thing that was stuck to my belly, and they will do that, I believe, every week, to give me one last dose 24 hours after I leave the office. But the side effects, excuse me, hold on one second. The side effects are pretty much maintained with my medication. That first week, that first round of chemotherapy, I went to sleep without taking my medication a couple times, and man, when it hit me, boom, it hit me hard, like really hard. So this now is round 2 is done, and I'm being very cautious about making sure that I take all my medication so that I don't get as sick as I did before, because man, that nausea is so bad, and everything else. So here's where I stand right now. I'm done with the second week, 2 out of 6. There's 4 more to go, 4 more to go, 4 more. And so I'm almost halfway done, almost. I'm a third of the way done, and I feel pretty good. I woke up a little nauseous today. I'm still a little nauseous. I'm very tired today too, and my bones hurt a little bit. But nothing I can't take. Nothing I can't handle. And you know, that light at the end of the tunnel, it's worth it. I'm telling you, there's nothing to be able to say that I'm cured. You know, at the end. So I feel good. I feel really good. And I love you guys. I'll make it through this. I'll make it through. No problem. I got this. I got this. I got this.